Tar and Feathers, pages 10 and 11. Then join hand in hand, brave Americans all. By uniting we stand, by dividing we fall. The colonists had rejoiced too soon. In 1767, Parliament passed the Townshend Acts. These placed high taxes on tea, cloth, and other British goods. Americans were furious. "We won't pay," angry men shouted. "We won't buy anything from Britain." Colonial women refused to wear British cloth or to serve tea. Instead, they made rough homespun cloth and drank coffee smuggled in from the Dutch West Indies. Patriotic women swore never to marry a man who bought British goods, and the Sons of Liberty vowed a horrible revenge against anyone who defied the boycott. Tar and feathers. They stripped the offender and poured hot tar over him, and then, to make him look ridiculous, emptied a feather pillow over his head. Feathers stuck to the black tar. The screaming man was carried out of town on a wooden rail and dumped in a ditch. Soon almost no one would buy British goods. The British and Americans were already furious at each other when an American ship, the Liberty, was seized by British customs agents on a charge of smuggling. The Liberty was owned by John Hancock, a rich Boston merchant who supported the Sons of Liberty. The news spread quickly. Men raced to the docks. A fight broke out, and the custom agents were beaten up. The British government was outraged at the news. Parliament voted to send troops to get the Americans back under control. In 1768, a squadron of British warships sailed into Boston Harbor. 700 redcoats marched ashore and pitched their tents on Boston Common. Now the caption, starting from the top left: John Hancock, 1737 to 1793, was said to be the richest man in Boston. He was also a loyal son of liberty. Even before the Revolutionary War broke out, the British put him on their most wanted list. One young man spoke sneeringly of the colonies at a quilting party. The girls grabbed him, stripped off his shirt, poured molasses over his head, and feathered him with the tips of cattail plants. The finest cloth and needles were made in England. When American women decided to boycott English goods, they held spinning bees. The cloth they made was coarse and unattractive, but they wore it proudly. Since black cloth could be purchased only from Britain, almost everyone stopped wearing black clothes, even to funerals. Instead, a black armband was worn over a person's regular clothes. Being tarred and feathered was a horrible torture. It was feared so much that the Sons of Liberty had only to send a cold ball of tar and feathers to someone in order to terrify him. He would change his behavior or leave town at once.